Gregg Wallace, the long-standing co-presenter of Masterchef, has officially been sacked just days before the release of an explosive report into a series of misconduct allegations. The BBC has confirmed that more than 50 new complaints have emerged, painting a deeply troubling picture of Wallace's behavior behind the scenes of one of Britain's most beloved cooking shows. For over 2 decades, Wallace was seen as the cheeky, charismatic greengrocer-turned-TV personality, bringing charm, humor, and high energy to Masterchef. But that image has now been completely shaken by a long list of serious allegations. The fresh complaints include claims of groping, sexualized jokes, and even allegations that he pulled down his trousers in front of a female colleague. These are not isolated incidents. BBC News previously uncovered accusations from 13 different people who worked with Wallace over a 17-year period, alleging repeated inappropriate comments and behavior. In response to last year's allegations, Banijay, the production company behind Masterchef, commissioned an independent investigation. The law firm Lewis Silkin was brought in to assess Wallace's conduct. That report is set to be published within days. But ahead of its release, Wallace has gone public with a 5-page statement in which he claims the findings clear him of the most serious accusations. According to Wallace, the report only found him guilty of using inappropriate humor and language between 2005 and 2018. In his words, "I recognize that some of my humor and language at times was inappropriate. For that, I apologize without reservation. But I was never the caricature now being sold for clicks." But Wallace didn't stop there. In a passionate and defiant Instagram post, he directly attacked both the BBC and Masterchef's production team. "I will not go quietly," he wrote. "I was tried by media and hung out to dry well before the facts were established." He accused the BBC of platforming legally unsafe accusations and abandoning its values of impartial journalism. He also said he had been diagnosed with autism and accused the network and the production company of failing to investigate or support his neurodiversity, despite colleagues having discussed it for years. Meanwhile, the list of new allegations is both extensive and disturbing. Among them, a woman who worked on Masterchef between 2011 and 2013 claims Wallace dropped his trousers in front of her in a dressing room, calling the act disgusting and predatory. Another woman, who appeared on Saturday Kitchen in 2002, alleges Wallace put his hand on her groin during a dinner, whispering, "Do you like that?" A 19-year-old Masterchef employee reportedly tried to file a complaint in 2022 after Wallace made inappropriate comments about her body. Perhaps most alarming is the alleged response from senior staff when one woman reported an incident. She says she was told, "You're over 16. You're not being Jimmy Savile'd." The BBC has declined to comment further until the Silkin report is released, and Banijay is also withholding any statements for now. However, this scandal comes amid a broader reckoning at the BBC. After a number of high-profile controversies in recent years, the broadcaster has adopted recommendations from an independent culture review aimed at preventing abusive behavior by powerful individuals within the organization. Wallace, however, argues that the same organization has now turned against him, erasing the very qualities they once celebrated. Wallace says his role was always meant to be the cheeky greengrocer, a man with warmth, character, and rough edges. But in his view, that personality is now considered a problem in a more sanitized, cautious world. He insists he was never protected or supported, especially in light of his neurodiversity, which he says made him vulnerable in a high-pressure television environment. Wallace believes this entire ordeal is a public injustice, and claims he is being sacrificed for the sake of corporate image.